Okay, so this is a construct a group frequency distribution table for this data set. You want 10 classes with a nice class width. The key word here is nice class width. So when they say nice, they mean like class widths of size, let's say like 10 or 20 or 50 or 100, depending on what our range is. These are the kind of classes they're looking for. These are their definition of nice. So the first thing you always want to do with these problems is find the range. So if I want to find the range, I have to search through and find the largest value, which looks to be, let's see here, 673. Looks like 673 minus 4, looks like 492. So if I put that in the calculator, I get a range of 181. So I have to cover a distance of 181 using 10 classes. So the next step is to take my range and divide by 10, which means my class size is going to be 18.1. Now that's not very nice, right? That's definitely not nice by their standards. So the next step is to take that class width and round it up to the next nice number. So I'm going to round that up to 20. So 20 is going to be my class width. So the next thing you have to keep in mind is whatever your class width is, your first interval has to start at a multiple of 20. So to figure out where to start, you're going to take your lower data value or your lowest data value and find the next number below it that's a multiple of 20. So like if I rounded this down to 490, could I start at 490? No, because 490 is not a multiple of 20. So I'd have to round down even further, and I'm going to start at 480. So the first number in my first interval is 480. That's going to go up to some other number. Now the second, that's going to go here. So I'll actually put it there. That's 480. And then a comma. The second interval is going to start at the next multiple of 20. So that's going to start at 500. The third interval is going to be 520. And so on and so forth. So this is from 480 up to 500. So this goes from 480 to 499. This is from 500 to 520. So this goes up to 519. This would be what? 539. And so on and so forth. Once you have all the intervals written out, then you have the luxury of going through and counting up all the data values that fall into each interval. And then I would probably cross them off once you count them. So for this first one, I think there's only one. That's just 492. And then you would go through 500 to 519 and so on and so forth. So the things you want to remember is that A, what is a nice class width? That's going to be multiples of 10, 20, 50, and 100. And then you have to start at a multiple of the class width. So like if we had the same data, let's just say our class width ended up being 50. I can't start at 490. I can't start at 48. I'd have to start at 450 because that's the next lower number. That's a multiple of 50. Okay. Now, the other question is the similar idea. So this, we have our group frequency distribution table, right? Same idea. We start by finding the range. You found the range to be 478. I want 10 classes, so I'm going to take 478 and divide by 10. That gives me 47.8. Not very nice, so we have to round that up to the next quote-unquote nice number, which is going to be 50. So your ideal class width is going to be 50. And that's it.